The second guest speaker is Dr. Weber NDORO, Director of International Center for the Study of the Preservation and the Restoration of Cultural Property, ICCROM. Dr. NDORO has also sent his greeting letter to the 2020 Silk Road Week, organized by China National Silk Museum. ICCROM is also an important intergovernmental agency for the protection of cultural heritage. Some of the members of ICCROM visited Hangzhou in 2019 when we signed an agreement to co-hold international training courses on textile conservation. Our technology of textile conservation has been the top of China. We have launched training courses domestically and to foreign regions, such as Arabian. The collaboration with ICCROM will make our courses accessible all around the world. So our plan has been postponed by the pandemic. We're still looking forward to it. Now let's invite Dr. NDORO to give his presentation, Transforming Our World Through Museums.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, I want to greet you from Rome, and I hope that I find you well, particularly during these challenging times we live in. I also wish to extend my sincere thanks to the Chinese National Silk Museum, in particular to Director Joao Feng, for inviting me to participate in this year's International Museums Day. ICCROM is an intergovernmental organization working with 137 member states to promote the conservation of all forms of cultural heritage in every region of the world for the benefit of all people. We are proud and grateful to have China as one of our member states since 2000. I would encourage you to look at our website to get more information on the various services we offer to our member states. Today, the world faces many serious challenges: climate change, loss of biodiversity, inequality, intolerance, and many, many other issues. Without action, people and our world cannot thrive. What is the role of museums in this critical transformation towards a sustainable future? The International Museum Day is an important occasion to reflect on this question and share ideas on how museums work together, can realize their full potential as a leading force in transforming our world. This is particularly relevant in the current decade of action to deliver the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN Agenda 2030 without leaving anyone behind. Research conducted by ICCROM indicates that museums and other collections-based organizations around the world have started to tackle this issue. Sustainability is typically addressed by trying to reduce environmental impact. Energy consumption and waste generation are key targets with inevitable implications for collections care, be it climate control, transport, storage, or display conditions. While these environmental initiatives are rightly applauded, museums have untapped potential to contribute more towards improving social cohesion, climate action, livelihoods, and well-being. We know that to realize a truly sustainable future, more must be done to change people's mindsets and behaviors. How then can our museums best use their collections to support this effort for the betterment of our society as a whole. How can they meaningfully contribute and measure their contributions to the SDGs of the UN? The questions inspired the launch of ICCROM's Our Collections Matter initiative in 2020. Its goal is to accelerate, increase, and amplify activities that support sustainable development within the context of collections-based work. That means empowering museums and other organizations in change of heritage collections to make a genuine difference in the global race to address pressing environmental and social issues. By providing effective tools and training, Our Collections Matter will support transformational changes through collections-based work. Museums will not only be better informed and equipped to decarbonize their operations, but also, and perhaps more importantly, to inspire mindsets and behavioral change in their communities of users. Conservation has a central role to play in this process by ensuring that collections are in good condition, accessible, and ready for use. By approaching the care and use of museum collections from the broader ethical standpoint of sustainable development, we can rethink our role as a sector and make meaningful change. Thus, through sustainability literacy, the use and care of collections can be realigned to minimize the long-term benefits for people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. Our initial focus since the launch of Our Collections Matter has been the development of a web-based toolkit whose landing page you can see on the screen. Users can find relevant tools by filtering their search through the 5 Ps of sustainable development, or by the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, or even by their 169 individual targets. For those unfamiliar with SDGs framework, the toolkit is also organized according to sustainability-related actions, making it an ideal starting point for any organization seeking information, instruction, or simply inspiration. Currently, there are over 230 tools available, all of which are open access. This list will continue to grow as new resources are identified and developed, and as we learn more about the needs of our users and the opportunities within heritage sector, and of course, beyond. What makes this tool especially innovative is the concrete way it connects individual resources to specific sustainable development targets. This includes sets of dedicated indicators developed by the project team, which museums working with a particular tool can use to measure and report on their contributions towards the related SDG targets. On the screen is an example of a tool addressing decolonization. You can see all the relevant SDG targets towards the bottom and to the right. Our Collections Matter indicators for one of these targets. In order to test and refine the toolkit, as well as collect critical information to develop effective training modules, field studies are currently being implemented by the project partners in different parts of the world, engaging with different types of organizations and different types of collections. For instance, in the Philippines, the Aga Khan Museum in Marawi City, a conflict-affected area, has identified and worked with 2 tools from the Our Collections Toolkit to support their aspirations to involve more women in the preservation and promotion of the culture and arts through capacity building to create a lasting and sustainable change and livelihood. Also in the Philippines, the Museo Nayago Filipino has identified and worked with 3 tools from the toolkit in their project to expand accessibility and the benefits of their collections through a co-curated digital database. The training, research, and development awareness raising and dissemination efforts are also being carried out internationally by the project team to concretely connect collections-based work and the various spheres of sustainable development, accelerating the envisaged transformation for collections-based organization and the heritage sector as a whole. The map shows our collections matter initiatives where they have been most effective so far. We are also integrating this sustainable development approach into other ICCROM programs and activities that deal with museums and heritage collections, such as our Youth Heritage Africa Flagship Program, the Coalesia Regional Program for the Asia-Pacific region. In fact, this year's Coalesia course in November, December will be dedicated to collections, conservation, and sustainable development. All this work on heritage collections and sustainable development has been made possible thanks to a strong coalition of international partners, which we hope will continue to grow in the future in the true spirit of SDG 17. It is only through such partnership that we can effect positive change throughout the world. I would like to highlight ICCROM's partnership with our host today, the China National Silk Museum, to deliver a series of 3 international courses on rethinking textile conservation in 2023, 24, and 25. These courses will offer a unique venue and opportunity to inspire and enable textile museums around the world to revisit their role and better position themselves as a catalyst for positive and long-lasting change. Once again, I wish to thank the director, Joao Fang, who recently participated in our ICCROM lecture series for this meaningful collaboration. I would also like to take the opportunity to extend my sincere thanks to the Chinese Academy of Cultural Heritage for its invaluable ongoing support to ICCROM's activities through the co-organization of courses, contribution to our scholarship funds, and translating some of the important texts which we have produced. ICCROM is committed to support its member states and the heritage professional community in contributing to a sustainable and thriving future through museums and collections-based work. We invite every museum and the museum community to join us in this collective journey to transform our world. I thank you for your attention.